You knew. You knew way before you ever said it out loud to another person. You knew the way that your stomach twisted when he smiled at you sideways. You knew when your heart dropped when he walked into the room. You knew every time you second-guessed yourself and called it love. You knew that something was wrong. You just didn't want it to be. You told yourself it would get better. You told yourself that you were being too sensitive. You told yourself that love was going to hurt sometimes and that it was okay. But deep down, there's a part of you that knew no matter what. And now you're at a place that there's no more pretending left. Like, you see it for what it actually is. You see him for what he actually is, and it's shattering. Because if he's not who you thought he was, then who does that make you? Does that make you a fool? A failure? Someone unworthy even of her love? Because she couldn't save it, she couldn't fix it? No, that's not the truth. That's just part of the poison that he fed you. The real truth inside of this is you're the one who fought. You're the one who stayed when you should have run. You're the one who bent until you almost broke. You're the one who believed when everything inside you was begging you not to, and he used that against you. Not because you deserved it, but because his power depended on it. And now you're angry, like you're so angry. And you should be. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to rage. You're allowed to scream. You're allowed to get so pissed off and frustrated. You're allowed to grieve every version of yourself that had to just die just to keep the relationship alive. You're allowed to hate the man who smiled in your face, slowly stealing away everything that made you you. Because here's the thing about healing that nobody talks about. Like before all of this, like this is the piece that is like one of the hardest things as you continue healing. Like, it steals away so much of you. A lot of it disintegrates. Before peace comes fury. Before freedom comes fire. And you're in it. That wild, hot, volcanic burn that lives inside your chest when you realize how long you were lied to, how many times he looked you in the eye and told you that the sky was green while dragging you through hell. You're not crazy for feeling like you're losing your mind right now. You were crazy for how well you held it together back then. That's the lie he sold you. That your ability to endure abuse was a sign of strength. No, that was just survival. Like, strength is you walking away. Strength is setting boundaries. Strength is letting people down who were never lifting you up in the first place. It's like those people aren't helping you. Strength is choosing you, even when your whole body is shaking because it never felt safe before. That's the edge you're standing on now. The edge between who you were and who you're becoming. And I know inside of this is probably one of the most scariest things you've ever experienced. You don't recognize this version of yourself. She's louder, she's sharper, she's quieter in the ways that count and louder in the ways that scare him. She might be saying words like, no. Thinking things like, I don't care what he thinks about me anymore. She's starting to dream again, and this time he's not in it. And there's a part of you that wonders, am I becoming the narcissist? Am I being the toxic one? No. You're not becoming him. You're becoming free of him, of his rules, of his manipulation, of the shame that he spoon-fed you for such a long period of time. You're not too much. You were never too much. You were just too awake for a man who needed you to be blind. And now you get to the place that your eyes are open, that he can't hold you. He can't control you. Like, he can't scare you back into submission, not forever. You've already cracked the illusion. You've already seen and broken through the mask. And every second you stay awake, every moment you choose to trust yourself over his narrative is one more brick of the wall between you and who you used to be. Who you and who you're becoming. You're breaking that down. But don't expect it to feel clean and easy. Don't expect it to feel good. It's the messy middle part. It's the part where your body still misses him, but your soul knows better. Your logic and the heart, they get disconnected. The part where you replay conversations in your head and you wonder, maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the issue. You're not. There's a part of you that cries over a man who never cried over you. But not because you want him back. You cry because you're mourning the life that you thought you were building with him. You're mourning the innocence that you lost. You're mourning the girl who didn't yet know what it meant to be betrayed by someone who said, I love you, and turned around and hurt you. That grief is real. And it deserves to be felt. But don't get stuck there. Don't unpack and stay in the graveyard of that relationship like you already buried it once. Feel it, name it, and rise. Because the man, he doesn't care. The woman rising in you now, she's not fragile. She's not confused. She's not waiting around for him to just magically get it. She gets it. And there's only thing that was waiting on right now is just simply you, to believe her, to trust her, to let her lead. She knows the way out. You just have to keep walking one step at a time. You've bent for the last time. No more apologizing for your tone when you were setting a boundary. No more explaining your feelings to someone who never cared to understand them. No more shrinking to make room for a man who is never big enough to hold you. You're done. And you don't need permission to say that. You don't need him to agree with all of your reasoning. You don't need to justify. You don't need anyone to validate what you already know deep down inside in your bones, that you've been surviving a slow war. You've been bleeding invisible wounds. You've been carrying shame that was never yours to begin with. And now you're choosing you. Not in a cute Instagram quote kind of a way, in a radical, terrifying, holy kind of a way. The way of choosing that means walking away without closure. The kind of choosing that means blocking his number and trusting he never deserved access to you in the first place. The kind of choosing that says, I don't care if you ever understand. I'm not living my life to be explained anymore. Because now you get it. It's not your job to be palatable. It's not your job to keep the peace that's killing you. It's not your job to hold space for a man who only ever hollowed you out and called it love. Let him tell his story. Let him spin his version. Let him gaslight and lie to other people. Let him gather his flying monkeys, play the victim, play it out. It doesn't matter. Because you don't owe anyone the version of you that bled quietly while he smiled in public. The only person that you owe is you. You realizing, you owning, you seeing this, like you, the you who stayed when you didn't recognize your own reflection. Like the you who still whispered, maybe, when everything inside you screamed, leave. That version of you, she's still here. She's the hero. She's the reason that you're still here, that you're still surviving. So don't betray her now. Don't sell her the freedom for another round of crumbs. Don't climb back into the fire just because it feels familiar and comfortable. He's not your home. That ache you feel in your chest, it's not missing him, it's missing you. The version of you that you buried under the performance, the version that laughed without flinching, the version of you that dreamed without asking for permission. She's not gone. She's just waiting. Waiting for you to stop looking behind you, waiting for you to stop trying to explain your pain to people who are committed to misunderstanding it and manipulating it. Waiting for you to say, I'm done living in a story where I'm the villain for choosing peace. But here's what nobody tells you inside of this. Healing isn't always loud. Like sometimes it looks like unfollowing him and deleting pictures. Sometimes it looks like sitting in silence, breathing through the shame, meditating, choosing to release it, choosing not to text him when you could. Sometimes it looks like crying in your car before walking into work and still showing up like the warrior that you are, because healing isn't always pretty, but it's yours. And every tear you cry in truth is one less lie that's living inside your body. You don't need to rush, or it's not a race. You don't need to perform your healing for anyone. You don't need to showcase it and make sure that it looks or acts or is a certain way. You just need to keep going one step at a time, one clear boundary at a time, one honest thought at a time, one fact at a time, one brave decision at a time, until one day you wake up and realize you're not afraid anymore. You're not afraid of his anger. You're not afraid of being alone. You're not afraid of who you are without him, because you see it clearly. You're not too much. You're not too emotional. You're not too complicated. You're not too intense. You're exactly enough for the life that you were meant to live. It just wasn't with him. And that life starts with the moment that you look back at yourself and you say, I'm not going back. I'm not staying small. I'm not spending another day trading my joy for his comfort. I'm healing. I'm growing. I'm rising. And I don't care who's uncomfortable with that. You see, you weren't meant to live your life in reaction to his brokenness. You were meant to live. And you still can. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. You have to choose it. You have to make the next step for you. And if you're willing to stop spinning in circles, if you're done doubting your reality and questioning your worth, if you're ready to break the cycle once and for all and for good, let's do it. Take the next step together. Visit rawmotivations.com/breakthrough. Fill out a quick form so I understand where you're at and book a free call. When we sit down, we're going to walk through where you are, what's been keeping you stuck, and finally build the life that you're the one in control of. You don't need to fight this battle alone, which is why we bring you into community, because if you go to isolation, you'll stay stuck. You've been quiet for too long enough. It's time for you to reclaim your voice. It's time for you to come home to yourself, to find you, to break the trauma bond, eradicate the triggers, and move into a place where you're full and healed. If that's you, you're raising your hand because you're ready to heal fully, then this is for you. Go to rawmotivations.com/breakthrough, book a free call. Let's have a conversation and move you forward today. You left him. You blocked the number. You deleted the photos. You walked away from the chaos. But if you're really honest, he still lives in your head. You still shrink when someone raises their voice. You still second guess every decision. You still hear his words spoken in your own voice now. That's not healing. That's just surviving on autopilot. No one's told you that this part of the whole journey will be the hardest. Not the leaving, but the aftermath is one of the most difficult pieces. Like where you're out of the relationship, but you're still trapped in the middle of all the damage, in the middle of all the confusion. That's why I created the Reclaim Workshop. It's a one-day trauma-informed workshop for women who've survived narcissistic abuse but haven't yet fully felt free. We're going to meet in Orlando, Florida, virtually or in person, in July 12th. And in that room, we'll do what the relationship never allowed you to do. We'll tell the truth. We'll break the cycle, and we'll come back home to you. Click on the link. Don't let the ghost of a man control the woman that you're actually becoming now.